Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast, starring me, Storytime with Rikkii.
And me, Reality Ashley. We are back for our second episode of 2026 to talk about all the Bravo shows that we missed, but there weren't too many, thankfully. They took a little break too, so we're not too far behind. If you heard our last episode, I was a little sick, getting better now. Thanks for all your recommendations and stuff about my immune system, which is trash, so my tree is still up. I got no goals started yet, so if your 2026 is off to a rough start, you're not alone. I am too, and we've decided tomorrow is the day. Monday is the first day of 2026. This week has not counted for anything, so
Yes,
it's just been
absolutely.
a hot mess for me, but not so much for you. You just mentioned that you had a little date last night, but I haven't got the details yet, so spill it. Give us
Okay,
all
so
the
I
tea.
did, you guys, if you guys have been listening, you know that there was Trader Joe's parking lot guy. I kind of wrote him off because there wasn't any urgency to go out. There wasn't a lot of texting happening. So really, I just wrote him off and I was like, hey, screw this guy. He had his red
Yeah.
receipts on, responding hours later. So to me, that just kind of indicates that there's not an interest there. But he texted
Mhm.
me and was like, hey, I would really like to take you out on a date before you forget about me. So I think he's very well aware that, like,
Do you think he heard our episode?
maybe that's
He might
always
have.
um there's always a chance of that, or that he's seen my story that I posted on Instagram. Although I didn't give him my Storytime page, I gave him my personal page, which I never even post on that. It's like a ghost town over there.
Yeah.
But my Storytime page is public, so I, it might come up,
Yeah.
especially if he follows my other page.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because I actually unfollowed him and removed him as a follower on that page. I don't think he noticed because he didn't say
Oh
anything
my
about it.
gosh.
Anyway, he texted me and was like, hey, before you, I feel like I should take you out, like, before you forget about me. And I was like, yeah, clock's a ticking. Like, basically, yeah, bitch, I am going
Did
to
you
forget
say that?
about you. I sure did.
No.
And so he asked me what my favorite type of food was. He picked a nice Italian restaurant in Beverly Hills. He did offer to pick me up, but I don't give nobody my damn address that I don't know. He also offered to send me an Uber, but that would have also required
Yeah. The address.
the address. I was like, no, which I wanted to cancel so bad, Ashley, because it was raining out here last night. Like, I hate driving in the rain. I hate going anywhere in the rain. So,
Mhm.
but I went. The restaurant was really cute, like, vibe-wise, food was meh. He's 7 years younger than me. So I think that
Oh.
automatically is just like, this can't be anything romantic because that's I don't know. Like, that was
Yeah.
instantly in there. And then it's like, I don't know. And so the thing is like, were there like instant sparks, instant connection? No, and I know it's very rare that that happens, but sometimes it
Mhm.
happens where people connect right off the bat and they're just like chucking and
Yeah.
jiving since their first date. I think that's what happened with you and your husband, right? So it definitely wasn't that energy,
Yeah.
so and I think I think I saw a TikTok a while back that was like, ask yourself, like, was this a good date or are you just a vibe, right? Like, cause I could sit
Yeah.
here and talk to myself for hours and
Yeah.
I like have a great time. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. You
There
didn't.
were no, I don't know. Like, I honestly, like, there were no fireworks, but it wasn't a bad date. Like, conversation flowed. He was married for 10 years, or yeah, like, he got
Oh
married like
wow.
really, really young. Um,
Mhm.
so there's also that component where I feel like, and he said, like, I'm just in a phase where I'm like just trying to get to know myself again and, like, out of
Mhm.
this marriage. He does have 2 children from his marriage, 6 and
Mhm.
8. Um,
Ugh.
And so that's not really a deal breaker for me, but I think a deal breaker for me is the age, if I'm just
Yeah.
being quite honest, because I don't know, there's that element of like mothering, which I feel like you mother all fucking men, to be honest,
Yeah.
but
No.
eventually, you know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I did notice where it's like I'm ordering the drinks for the I'm ordering, and I don't know. I kind of like a man to like take charge in that sense
Yeah.
of like, you know, I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
I have a pretty dominant personality when it comes to like aspects of like work and, you know, so it's like in relationships I don't like to be the dominant personality, and I
No.
kind of was feeling like a little like passiveness, and it might have been nerves, a little passiveness, and like, you know, to where I would
Mm.
have to be that, like I would walk all over him basically, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
I need like a man, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, like I need like a man, you know, and I
Well,
didn't
that
get those
makes
vibes from him.
yeah, and that makes sense if he's just coming out of a 10-year marriage because, like you said, you do kind of end up mothering all men, and not all men, but he probably was in a partnership where maybe she was making a lot of the decisions. Women just tend to like plan more and do more. And so he's probably used to having that person in his life sort of like running his life for him, right? And so he would probably need a lot of time on his own to figure out like the stuff that is now going to be like that he should do. Like you said, he's trying to figure himself out. So that's
Yeah.
hard. You don't want to sort of be helping him find himself. He kinda needs to do that on his own. So he sounds
Yes.
like he'd be great in, like, 5 years maybe, but he's
Maybe.
not
Yeah.
there yet, so
Yeah, he
and
definitely needs some time alone, and, you know,
yeah.
yeah.
And 6 and 8, like, my kids are 6 and 10, and that's a very, very busy age for kids. I don't know how often he has his kids, but, like, they take up a lot of your life, and that's not to say that you can't have a dating life or a partner, but, it's a little different than someone that, say, has, like, teenagers or even just a little bit older. It's like
Yeah.
they would be very much a part of the relationship, and,
Yeah.
if you hit it off and you loved him, you wouldn't that wouldn't bother you, but it's a lot on his plate right now, it sounds like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he's yeah. Like, I don't know.
he's
I
busy.
just like and he doesn't have his kid he's supposed to have them every other weekend, but he says that he doesn't,
Mm.
and that they're in court because she is like kind of
Oh, no.
keeping, yeah, you know, I'm like,
Drama.
listen, drama, listen, what the fuck?
No.
Like she still wants you or what? Like what is going on? Like, you know,
Yeah.
so he did say, like, they're in court, like, trying to, because he's supposed to have them every other weekend. They're supposed to have split 50-50 custody, but it hasn't been going that way. So, like, he is, you know, doing,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Sh
custody to try and, like, see them. He says she hasn't let him see them since, like, September. So I'm like, oh, okay.
so she mad at him for something, so what did he do?
Yeah, I'm like,
He a
I don't know.
cheater?
Of course, like
He broke?
he made it seem like she is that he asked for the divorce. That's what he
Oh,
said.
okay.
Um, and he's told me that she cheated on him. A
Oh.
grain of salt, because I don't believe
Yeah.
nothing these motherfuckers say. Like, you know, they wrap it in a bow and make it sound really cute, and I'm always like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, like I'm like he was like like laughing, so like belly laughing, bitch. Like, and that's the thing is like
Mhm.
when I'm not nervous, like it takes a lot to like make me nervous. It's
Mhm.
really hard for me to like be funny, but when I'm not nervous, I'm just like my normal self. And like
Yeah.
he was like belly aching, laughing. Like he
Uh-huh.
was like, "What I love about you is like you made me laugh." I was like, "What you love about me, bitch? You don't fucking know me." He was like, "You're so funny." Like he literally had to like he had like tears in his eyes. I'm like, "I'm not that
Uh.
fucking funny," but okay. um He'll be a friend, like, that's for sure. I
Yeah.
think he's just going into the friend category. I do like, you know, I do like that he said, like, you know, I mean, and again, grain of salt, because I really don't believe nothing these motherfuckers say. Because I was like, don't you think you should, like, sow your wild oats and, like, go out,
Yeah.
go be in the streets, like, go. You didn't get to
Yeah.
do that in your 20s. Like, go hoe. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you
Yeah.
want to call it. And he's like, that doesn't, like, that's never like serviced me. Like I'd rather like get to know one person or build a friendship with somebody. Like it's never fulfilled me to like be with multiple women. But yeah, sounds
Yeah,
good. But you know what I mean? Like he probably went
yeah.
home to a bitch and then laid in bed with a girl. Like who knows?
He's
You
still
know?
married.
It's just yeah, like yeah, sounds good. But whatever. Like go ahead. Like
I'll
I
put
said, I
put his picture on here. We need to know anybody out there know this man, dating this man. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But
Is
we
he in
need
the
to
Are
know.
We Dating the Same Guy group chat? Like, is he on the
Probably.
T app? I'll go check. No, just kidding. He's actually not like a bad looking guy at all. Like he's mixed, like he's like black and white, I think, and he has green eyes, light skin, beard, nice head of hair. Like he's an attractive guy. With my
Yeah.
heels on, I was like, he was like a little bit taller than me, so I would say he's probably like 6 feet, maybe 6 feet,
Nice.
you
Yeah.
know, but I'm like, I like 6'4", 6'5". Like,
Yeah.
I like you to tower over me with my heels on. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess taller. I'll take taller than me. That's a good start. But again, the age, 7 years is like, oof.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
really
That's hard.
young. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
young. Yeah.
So where did you leave it? Are you gonna see him again, or you don't know?
We left it at, you know, we'll be friend. Like we're gonna start the start of a friendship. Maybe I'll see him
Yeah.
again. You know. But I think for me, it's definitely just going to be a very casual, platonic
Yeah.
type of situation.
Yeah, you never
I
know
don't
what.
know I don't think I didn't feel a romantic spark. You know.
No. Is he like in content creation too? Was he at the TikTok awards, or no? He just was in the
No,
parking lot.
no, he lived in the building that.
Oh, okay.
So he's a building engineer, I think. So he does have
Oh,
a
okay.
career. I think
Oh, that's
like
good.
with him having a family and him, you know, I think he probably just went to college, got a job, and has been working his way up in that field. You know, is
Hmm.
what it seemed like because he had the responsibility of like a
Yeah.
household and a
Kids.
wife and kids and like so I think he just lives a very what it seems like again grain of salt is like he
Yeah.
lives a very simple life, like, you know, just has a
Yeah.
good career, like, because I'm I mean, he lives in a nice building in Hollywood. I know that that's not cheap. You know what I mean? So it's like I think he just is established for himself and like has built like a
Hmm.
very nice life for himself, which good for him, you know? And
Yeah.
so I think that he was like, I'm a lot more mature than like most people my age because of my marriage, because of my family, like, you
Hmm.
know? And I'm like, okay, I could see that if any of this is true, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's the thing. If he's telling the truth, he sounds great, but it's so hard to believe sometimes because we always see these stories end up not being what they present themselves as. But until he gives you a reason to not believe him, it sounds like he's a good guy, but
he'd
not
be a good
romantic
friend.
vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And again, there's that element of needing to find himself and do that, you know,
Hmm. Yeah.
after being out of
Before
the marriage.
dating.
Like you need to do that before you date. So like you said, maybe in 5 years he'll be great. If anyone listening is interested, you know, I'll put in a good word for you.
Exactly. It doesn't work for you, but it might work for someone else.
Yeah,
So
for
pass
sure.
them along, right? You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
share them
gonna he'll
all.
probably be, like, so mortified if I'm like, "I have a friend for you at our next meeting."
Be like, we can
I
put you on the podcast and set you up with someone because we
mm,
got some fine ladies listening to this. So
yeah, I think once he finds himself, like you said, in a few years, I think he might be a really good guy for somebody if everything's true, like, you know? Like,
yeah.
and 9 times out of 10, it's not, but okay, we'll see. I'm sure
Well,
his
you
wife
know,
has a very different story. His
give me
ex-wife
give me his name and we'll find everything about him and figure out if he's telling the truth. So we gotta find the wife's Facebook. We gotta
that
find his criminal record. We'll figure it all out.
That's what's
We
so funny when I think like, you know, guys who don't know what I do or whatever,
yeah.
they know nothing about us. I'm like, you know, if I wanted to, I could find out every single thing about you. But it's like I like
Yeah.
to give people the benefit of the doubt and I don't like to do that. Like, you know, but it's like if I
Mhm.
really wanted to, bitch, like I really could. Like that's why it's like
Yeah.
I used to think it was so funny with Christmas Tree Boy when he would lie to me because I'd be like,
I already know this, but
you're
I'm gonna let you
yeah,
lie
okay,
anyway.
I'm gonna let you get this one off, like, you're at this basketball convention that it ended yesterday because I just looked it up online and you're
Yeah.
still there for 2 more days. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go off.
Men
But
don't realize things, especially like pictures. They don't realize we scour the background of a picture. We're looking for shoes. We're looking for reflections. Like they just don't think that way.
they
They're
just
not detail
don't. They
oriented the way
just
we are.
don't. I
So
can't even tell you how many, like the last guy I was dating, how many times he like sent me something just trying to be like, this is what I'm doing. And I'm like, who took this
what the
picture?
fuck is that?
Because your phone is in your back pocket. So this this picture was not taken by you. So, or your phone, or
Busted.
like, or like, oh, you went by yourself? There's a name tag in the video that you sent me with the person that you're with. So what's
Oh
up?
my
you know?
Yeah, they don't realize that we think that way and that everything is a clue. So if you are listening to this as a man, now you know. My husband is the same. Like he doesn't really post on like socials, but when he has randomly in like the last 5 years, he'll just post like he posted a picture of the kids and there's like something weird in the background, and I'm like, you can't post this. You gotta like clean this up. And he's like, it never occurred to me. Like he just doesn't think about it. So thankfully he doesn't post a lot because I feel like there would be a lot of instances where I'm like, did you not see that in the background? You got to delete that right
You
now. So
posted
you
our
just,
whole entire address on the
yeah.
internet for all to see. So can you please
Or
delete
like,
that?
yeah, your dirty underwear is like in the frame. Like, what are you doing? So he's thankfully not on the socials a lot, but he's terrible at it. So that's when I realized like you don't think he always does joke like that. He's like, I just don't think how you do. Like we think of everything. We look at everything and everything is a clue. So
Yeah.
don't play with us.
Don't play with
We're
us.
on the
Especially
case.
especially with us, it's like OD. It's like times 10, right? Because it's
Yeah.
our job. Like, I tell me, like, it's my job. Like, literally, it's our job. Like, it's my
Yeah.
job. So it's like, if you don't know what my job is, like, I just say to people that I'm like a reality TV correspondent. I don't like to say
Yeah.
TikToker. I don't like to say, but obviously he saw me coming from the TikTok Awards. So he's like, why were you there? What were you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but it's like, yeah, if you don't know, like, bitch, I can find out your mama, your daddy, your grandma. I have your whole
Yeah.
family tree in 5 seconds if I wanted to.
Oh,
But
yeah. Yeah, I'll be back in a photo album your mom posted back in 2004, and I know every cousin's name. I know where you grew up. I know what sports you played. Like, we know it all. So I don't know what people did before social media. Really just had private lives, I guess. That must have been nice, but not anymore.
no, it's
So
like before social media, that's when you popped up and like looked through
yeah.
windows.
There's a lot of drive-bys I did in high school.
People. That's
Yeah,
so
we're
funny.
not
Now
stalkers,
you
I
can do
swear.
it from the comfort of your home.
Yeah, exactly. Digital stalking, right? We
Yeah.
don't condone that. Oh, no, well, we do a little bit. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of drama, I don't think we have any like big receipt reports, do we? I don't think too much has been
Just
going down.
Madison from
Oh, right,
season
right.
9. Madison, the
You're
one who had the blinding eye condition. She
Mhm.
hard launched her boyfriend on social media. So she posted like a bunch of pictures from New Year's Eve with her and this guy who kind of looks like Shep from
Yeah,
Southern Charm. A lot of
Southern
people said
Charm,
that.
yeah.
And I
Yeah,
don't
he's got the
know
look.
if you read the comments, but a lot of people were like, is this AI? So,
Yeah,
because it's all of the same, it's all obviously from the same day, which was New Year's Eve. And it's like when you like, and that's the thing with AI is like, it's getting so crazy. You can't tell if it's real or not. But somebody
mhm.
said, why does this look like AI? And she responded like something along the lines of, oh, the iPhone 17 camera's just next level. And I'm like, I have it.
Please.
I don't know. I don't know. But then
She's a little heavy on the Facetune is what it is. She already looks great, and then she goes crazy on the retouching, I think, because I
yes.
saw the photos, and yeah, it's like,
Oh, she
I haven't
is.
seen her like in person ever, obviously, but we did see her on TV, and then her photos are just a little smoother than you might expect someone to look. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like
And
it's not
honestly,
that.
it's definitely Facetune because I've showed you, like I use
Yeah, she taught me.
a filter, but like It's like I put it so minimally, you'll be like, "Oh my god." Like, I can tell
Yeah.
you this is Kiss Filter 3. No, just
Mhm.
kidding.
I mean, if people are commenting AI, that's how you know you went too far with the Facetune, right? If they, because people now we're able to sort of detect like what's AI and what's not, right? And so if you basically are AI. If you're Facetuning your face completely different, which she doesn't look completely different, but it's, Facetune.
I
And did
think,
she
like,
Facetune him? I don't
she
know. What
probably
does she
did.
really look
She
like? Yeah.
probably did. She probably gave him a little zhuzh, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
But
I guess that is
yeah.
AI, right? Because it's not you, it's a robot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I mean, I didn't think it looked like AI, but I think I'm just used to or, like, expecting everyone Facetune, so that's all I thought was, like, a little
and then
Facetune.
when you already have, like, filler and stuff, and then you're adding
Yeah,
that's already like a filter, and then you're adding more onto it, it could look very, very fake. Because the thing is like the one that I use kind of conforms to what's already going on in the picture. So if you
yeah,
have no makeup on and you do it, it's just going to filter you as if you have no makeup on. It's not going to add like a full face of makeup. It just gives you a little bump, a little smooth here, a
yeah,
little fix here, a little lift there. But and then when you have a full beat on, it's like
yeah,
it's still like adjusts to you like having whatever. But
mhm,
the interesting part about her post was that in the comments, of course, people are talking about Joe, and she's responding to the comments about Joe. And to me, I feel like if you're truly moved on, if you don't give a shit about Joe, I would either ignore the comments or you redirect it back to what the picture is about. Like somebody's like,
yeah,
"Oh girl, he's way better than the Love is Blind man." And she goes, "Right?" with, like, a wink face. I feel like you can ignore that comment, like, you know what I mean? Because this has nothing to
yeah,
do with Joe. This
yeah,
is about you and your man and your boo, and you have a new man, and you've moved on. You went back to your type. Joe told us that she likes older men, you know?
mhm,
"Girl, you got an upgrade. It was damn time." Like, again, I feel like you can just ignore
yeah,
those and
ignore
just
that.
focus on the ones that are like, "You guys look amazing together. You guys are cute. He's so handsome.
Mhm,
Happy for you." You know what I mean? It's giving that you're still worried about Joe a little bit, and that was always my issue with Madison is like, damn, she is really dragging this Joe thing, the
yeah.
show was it's like it had been like almost a year at the
I
point
think
of
it's
filming. Like at this point,
I
it's
think it's
been
been
what,
almost 2 years
2
since it
years. It's
filmed.
like,
Uh-huh.
let it go. So of course I did a video on it. And of course she was one of the first ones in my comments, like, "Happy New Year, Rikkii," like, with, like, one of these little
Oh,
faces, like, and
no.
I don't know if Happy New Year, girl! Like, I what? Like, you think that you being in the comments is gonna change anything I said? Because in my video, I definitely was like, "Let it go." Like, "Don't respond to
Yeah,
the comments about Joe." Like, and
I
then you literally responding to everyone in my comments. I'm like, "Okay.
get a
Just
life. Yeah.
chronically online. Alright."
I mean, it was so nice of you to even give her the attention. I did see lots of people being like, "Who? What? I forgot about this season already." So
I
that
know
was
what's so crazy is I said Madison from Love is Blind because I couldn't for the life of me remember. I was like, "What season just ended?" Like,
yeah.
what season just
I
ended?
think it's a season that everyone wants to forget. So that was nice of you to give her a little publicity. I'm sure, like you said, she was right in the comments, so she was
Eating it up.
excited about it. So
Eating it up. Yeah, she was eating it up. Okay,
yeah.
girl.
So I think that was really the only exciting, I put in quotes, news of the week. But
Yeah.
should we get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episode 15, the one before the finale? Finale is coming up soon.
Yeah.
I was telling you about this clip I saw where it's like there's a play at the finale. So
Mhm.
we don't know what's happening at this play. When we interviewed Whitney, she teased that something that's never happened before happened, and she couldn't believe she was living through it. So, what is your prediction? What do you think's going to happen on this damn
I
finale?
have no idea. Like, I've been trying to look for context clues. I'm like, "Okay, it has to be something with Meredith,"
Hmm.
you know? I
I
don't
know.
know. Like, it has to be something with Meredith. Maybe a woman's gonna come forward that has been with her husband.
Hmm.
maybe she's gonna check herself into a facility since they've accusing her of being like this, having a
Yeah,
problem. Everybody's worried about her. I mean, that's what the storyline is leading up to, like something of that
yeah.
nature. Other than that, I don't know. What are your guesses?
I have no idea. I was like, maybe is Monica gonna pop up or yeah, I have no it either has to be something with the stupid plane footage or something with Seth cheating on Meredith, and I did see Meredith and Seth post, like, a TikTok yesterday, so it does feel a little damage control-y, it might be something about her marriage. We saw when we interviewed Mary, she said poor Meredith kind of, like, feels bad for her the way the season went, so I think you're right. It's something to do with Meredith, but well, I don't know if it has to do with this player. Are they gonna show a clip? Like, it's gotta be something big. I hope Whitney didn't oversell it to us, but now that we're, like, expecting it to be something crazy, it might not live up to our expectations, so
Yeah. Yeah.
let us know what you guys think it'll be,
Yeah.
'cause I I think it's about Meredith. Like I said, if it was about Bronwyn and Todd, that would be interesting because we do know that they're separated now, and it feels like they were in a good place kind of here at this episode, right? So what happened? Because that wasn't that long ago. That was May, and now they separated November, December. So what's gone on that caused that?
Yeah.
Maybe the Meredith thing is just a distraction, and it's going to be about someone totally different. So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I do find it interesting that in this episode we see like Bronwyn saying like this is the Todd that I love. This is
yeah.
the Todd that like nobody gets to see. Everybody
Hmm.
sees like the asshole side of him, but like
And
really
she,
like he's
you know,
great. He has
she's
good
yeah.
parts to him.
Yeah, she's very confusing because I do feel like she kind of goes out of her way a bit to make us see the bad sides of him as well, right? And so that's why a lot of people have accused her of sort of soft launching this divorce. It's something she's wanted for a while, but just by going on this show, kind of show what she's dealing with here, and we're all going to sympathize with her. But then, yeah, on the other hand, she does defend him a lot and show good sides. So I don't know. I think maybe she just takes it really to heart to be real, right? And she shows actually all the good and bad, which a lot of people don't, but it's confusing because she had us a couple episodes ago ring off like we're having an arrangement. I want to sleep with other people, and now she's very much like trying to defend him. So
Yeah,
it's
and
hard
got
to make an
super
opinion about him.
defensive. And got super defensive and act like she never said that she wanted to have an
Yeah.
arrangement. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone just skipped over that way too easily, like, and
Uh-huh.
just let that rock. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
guys, she was literally saying she wanted to have an arrangement. And now she's acting like she never said that. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I can't imagine that this finale play will be only about Meredith because I do feel like we have so many other stories that are not finished yet. They've kind of planted these seeds throughout the season, like the Brittany and Jared stuff and Bronwyn's marriage and Whitney's marriage, all of that, but we haven't had any like resolve. They're in Greece on this trip, which usually they would go back and still have some episodes and resolve all this stuff or talk about
yeah,
it. So
that's a good
it feels like
point.
a lot of stuff up in the air for the
A lot
finale,
of
right?
plot lines that are not finished. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
So maybe
I'm
it's just
excited.
gonna all come to a head, like, and they're just gonna, like,
Yeah.
everybody's shit's gonna erupt, like, in
Yeah.
this play. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe all the husbands are gonna show up and I'll ask for divorces, I don't know.
I
Maybe they're
don't
all
know.
getting divorced, so
I don't know. I know the Mary documentary came out. Did you watch it?
yes, I
I
have
haven't watched
not
it.
watched it. I've
Yeah.
heard not good things. Obviously, a lot of content creators are really upset because their content was used without permission. Legally, I don't know how that works because obviously it was all on public domains like Instagram and TikTok. So, do you know anything about that? Like, could people take your TikToks and put them on their show without asking you?
I think they can because I think when you sign up for TikTok and you sign the terms and conditions, I think you're basically agreeing that the content belongs to TikTok,
Yeah.
not you personally. So or something, I don't know, I didn't read them. So exactly,
Yeah.
like there's obviously something in there that says
Mhm.
we can use it and as long as TikTok,
Mm.
approves it or allows them to, I'm sure they asked TikTok. I'm sure they didn't just
Yeah.
take
Take it.
it, but I think I think the content belongs to TikTok, so I think you are allowed to do that, you know?
Yeah.
You just can't use it to, like, promote like, a brand can't take your content and use it to promote a product without your knowledge,
Yeah.
but I mean, I
Yeah,
would think
maybe
that the content creators are, like, happy to, like, get some like,
recognition.
yeah, because that would bring a lot of traction to your page, I would assume, but I do know that one girl that I seen specifically, she's like, "I made this 2 years ago. I love
Yeah.
Mary now. My opinion about this topic has changed drastically since this video. So if they
Mhm.
would have asked me to use it, I would have said no because it's no longer how I feel anymore."
Yeah,
So
I think that was the problem is a lot of the videos that got used were, like, negative towards Mary,
yeah.
and a lot of the content creators that they used are ones that, like, Bravo took to BravoCon, and so I feel like they feel like it looks like they agreed to do this documentary against Mary, which is against Bravo technically, I guess, so that's what they're upset
Mm,
about because, yeah, they weren't asked if this is how you still feel, is if this is current, and they even, like, changed someone's YouTube subscribers, like, Bravo and Blaze, you know her? She's
mm-mm.
posted like she has 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, but on the clip they used, they doctored it and made it look like she has 400,000 just to make it look more credible, I guess. So that alone makes me
It's
question
like,
the entire documentary.
yeah.
It's not accurate, right? They've obviously like doctored things to
To
look
make to
a
go to
certain way.
yeah, to lean in their favor of making Mary look trifling. Like, of
Well,
course, I think anybody I've seen some recaps of the documentary of people who are not Housewife fans that are
yeah.
just watching it with, like, a fresh set of eyes, and it was like the same reaction that of when you told me that she married her grandpa. Like, to Bravo
Yeah.
fans, it's like, obviously, they've known that, right?
Yeah.
But it sets somebody who does not know Mary, does not watch the show, does not know
Mhm.
her lore, that alone is going to set this documentary up to be like, "This is trifling, this is
Yeah.
shady, this is weird, this is crazy," because that's crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
you married a man that's been in your life since you were 3, and he was banging your grandmother. Like, he's
Yeah.
had
No,
sex with
it's
both you and your grandmother. Like, it's a wild, and then to go into all the culty stuff, I haven't watched it, and I don't know the
mhm.
cult lore because I wasn't, I didn't watch it
Yeah.
in the beginning, so I will watch it, but I'm like, I love Mary, I don't think that there's anything that could make me be like, "Oh, she's a
Yeah.
cult leader," but for a fresh set of eyes, just based on the reviews that I've seen or the recaps that I've seen, like, people
Mhm.
are, like, appalled, you
Freaked out,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the thing is if, like, you've been watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City from the start, we've all gone through this already where people were like, something weird about Mary's church. They call like Whitney herself called it a cult. It was a whole thing. Mary went off the show and came back just as a friend of very minimally for season 4, I think it was. And like, so yeah, everybody has already heard, like that watches the show has heard all this, thought it was a cult, thought Mary was something off there. Some of the things she has said and done, like I showed you, maybe I didn't show you the clip where she's talking about that champagne she loves and all the people died, but she was like laughing. And then there's another clip where she's talking about a church member's daughter, like, got thrown off the overpass and died, and she's, like, laughing when she's talking about it, but I think that's her personality, some people, like, laugh when they're talking about something very serious and sad. She's
Yeah.
always kind of been that way, so, yeah, a lot of these, like, revelations in the documentary are all stuff we've watched on the show, and we all went through those times of being like, "I don't know about Mary," and, like, that's why she would kinda went off the show. Then she came back and she's been very minimally on it with just her funny one-liners, and we saw her problems with her son, and that really endeared people to her. And so she really hasn't had the church on the show much until this season. So we kind of
Mm.
all like forgot, like, oh yeah, the church, something a little shady going on there. Because she sort of stopped talking about it on the show, and we had already all accepted all of these things like the marrying of the step grandpa and all of that. So yeah, nothing, I don't think anything new has come out from the documentary. We already all knew this. And as someone that doesn't go to church, I don't know like what is culty in a church and what isn't. Like they all seem kind of, I don't know, like for a non-church person, I'm like, I don't know what's okay and what's not okay when you go to church. Because it seems like a lot of them like take your money and promise certain things that they really can't promise. And it does seem like not cult-like, that's not the right word, but like,
Yeah, I would need to see what they're saying in the
yeah,
documentary. Like I said, I as somebody who did grow up going to church, like I feel like I know the difference between a cult and not a cult, right? Like
yeah,
when I went to that one church,
yeah,
I was like, this is a cult. Like the way
Mhm.
that these people are praising the pastor, it's like he's the God, not God or Jesus, or
Mhm.
it's like they're worshiping him. They're here to see him. They're not here to hear the word of God. They're here for him. And the way he
Yeah.
was iced out and all that, I was like, okay, this is a cult. This is strange. This is unlike anything I've ever seen. And it seems hoaxy, right? To where he's like,
Mhm.
girl, I literally was looking around that church like, I know these people do not believe this. Like, they were showing videos. Bitch, just let me give you an example. They were showing videos of somebody getting wheeled in on a hospital bed, and he
Oh,
lays
no.
hands on them, right? Oh, she hasn't walked in years. She hasn't walked in years. She can't walk. He lays hands on her. She gets up out the hospital bed and walks. I said, how the fuck did this hospital bed get here? She came in an ambulance. Like, come on,
Yeah.
people. Like, let's be real. And like people, like he's hosting this seminar, right? It's like, I don't know, like how to teach you to become a healer or like a prophet. Like, and
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, now you selling ebooks on how to become a healer. Like, this is a cult. Like,
Yeah.
this is a cash grab. This is so fake. I can't
Yeah.
believe that people are here. Like, you lay hands on people, and I believe in like, pastors being gifted and like, being filled with the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, whatever. But this guy was like touching people, they're like falling out, and I'm like, he, he or prophesying over their life, telling them what's going to happen in their life. And that's why
Mhm.
everybody's coming. That's why everybody's, and I'm like,
Yeah.
these look like paid actors to me. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like and I'm looking around the church. So that felt really culty. So I'm like, I don't know
Mhm.
if like that's what's going on in Mary's church. And like, so that's why I'm like,
Right.
and because I don't know the lore of what all the fans already know, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it and I'll see why people think it's a cult. But you're right. Every church asks for tithes and offering, and it's like you're not obligated to give. They just say give if you want. Some churches like really really push it, and that always makes me really uncomfortable, right? Like,
Yeah.
say it once. If you want to give, you give. If you don't, you don't, and that's it. Like, that's why I like
Mhm.
the church that I go to, because I'm like, okay, they kind of put it up, say, hell, if you want to give a tithe, go ahead. Like, you want to give an offering, go ahead. But they're
Yeah.
not like pushing it 50, 60 times throughout the service. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that is the complaints about Mary's church, where it's like she's the God, not God, and the money and promising, or like these fake kind of videos. But I haven't watched either, so we'll watch it and give our opinion next time. But yeah, I just think as someone who saw Mary from the start, I've already kind of been suspicious of the church and all of that, and it's not new information, but yeah, it's hard. Like with the Jen Shaw stuff, she ripped off a bunch of senior citizens with the scam, and it's like that just feels more cut and dry. But in terms of like church stuff, I just, like I said, I don't go, so I don't know what to say. Like, that's not right. That can't happen at a church. Like, I don't know what's happening at churches across the country. So
Mhm.
I personally wouldn't do it, like give the money and all that. But obviously, like you said, it's an option. They don't have to do it. So I don't
Right.
know. We'll have to watch so we can actually give a good opinion. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, the cast members have accused Mary of being in a cult with her church. So there's not like this documentary wasn't like blowing this wide open, like, and we didn't know this, that the whole cast has thought it too. So
And it's not like she lives this lavish life because of the funds she's getting from her church. It's like she's living this life because her man is got a bag, right? Like, her
yeah.
grandfather's very wealthy, right? So it's like,
But maybe that came from the church. I don't know. Like, we looked it up and she owns businesses and all sorts of things, but I don't know if that started with the church, but
again, we'll have to
uh,
see what they're saying, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, we'll watch it. If you
Because
guys
like
watch
when I
it.
tell you the cult church I went to, my first thought was like, he had a Rolex on, he had a diamond chain on, and then it did come out, so my cult vibes were right, because it did came
Uh-huh.
out that he was sleeping with a bunch of young women from the church. He was paying all their bills with the church money. He was, cheating on his wife, impregnating a bunch of women. It was
Oh
a
no.
whole thing. Like, it was a whole thing. I was like, oh, see,
Yeah,
I
that's not good.
knew them vibes were off.
Yeah, that's not good. So, yeah, let us know if you watched it and what you think of Mary now. If it changed your opinion or you already been knowing this about Mary, because that's how I feel. I'm like, I already was suspicious of the church. I was shocked that she put it on the show this season. Yeah, because she knows everyone has been speculating about it. So maybe she's trying to show the good sides of it. Like when she had the girls come, it didn't seem like anything suspicious to me. But again, I don't feel like I can really comment as a non-church goer. I don't know. So you watch the documentary and let me know what you think if
Okay.
it
I will.
looks weird. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if it'll change things with her position at Bravo, but we'll see. Cause she's kind of not a side character, but she does still kind of do that friend of role where she's not really in the drama anymore. She's just kind of like the mediator. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
but this episode started with Angie taking a tray to the face. Again, she got hurt. She's
Yeah.
very accident prone, which is
Very accident
crazy.
prone. Yeah.
Yeah, as someone that worked in a restaurant, when you carry a tray, you always yell like corner and behind you, and you would never hit someone with your tray. So I don't know if that guy thought no one was around or how
Yeah,
that happened.
probably. Probably.
We we didn't really get to see because it was like just off of camera, but
Yeah.
that was funny. Who said it? Whitney said her lip filler was like a seatbelt for her face or
I
something.
think Bronwyn said it. I
Oh
think
yeah,
Bronwyn's like, yeah, her lip filler saved her. I'm like, that was shady, but okay.
yeah, so funny. What like so it seems to me like production is mad at Meredith or something. Like everyone's against Meredith. They're talking like Whitney compared her addiction issues to her dad's, which was from old seasons as well. Whitney's dad was like a part of the seasons and he had some serious addiction issues. And why do you think they're so mad at Meredith? Is it this whole she had the fight off camera thing? They really don't like that when you do that.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're still even on Meredith. I feel
Hmm.
like either show the footage or shut up. Like
Yeah.
I think we said a couple episodes ago, like we're just kind of tired of the storyline. Like either get to the
Hmm.
point or let it fucking go. But
Yeah.
Meredith is unpleasant. Like she is very unpleasant. Like she's
Yeah.
not fun. Like she is a Debbie Downer. Like, Lisa is
Hmm.
her guard dog. Like, it's just
Yeah, I kind of feel like she's probably pretty hard on production and pretty rude to them. And then, she saved that fight or like going after Brittany for off camera on the plane. I think they're just trying to get her to quit at this point because I have seen other cast members say, like, who should not come back this season or next season. Everyone keeps saying Meredith. So I think they're all not Team Meredith anymore.
yeah.
So I don't know what'll happen at the finale, but I wouldn't be shocked if she doesn't come back. But we see the ladies go to a spa, which I don't know. It felt a little like staged to me with the whole like zooming in on the quiet signs and then they're yelling and they get asked to be quiet. It just felt a bit staged. What did you think? Was
I
it
didn't
silly
think
to you?
that, yeah, I don't think they actually got kicked out.
No.
I don't know. It's like like this Britney thing. Like, first of all, I that was probably the one scene where I was like, okay, like leave Meredith alone. Like she really is just sitting there being
Uh-huh.
calm. Why are you provoking her? Why are you antagonizing her? Which I did feel like in that scene Brittany did do. And
Yeah.
Brittany to me is honestly a character that shouldn't come back next season. She really gets on my fucking nerves. Like she really is annoying. She really
Yeah.
does deflect. She really does make things about herself and victimize herself and ride that pony, ride that wave when the girls are like being on her side and like
Yeah.
I don't know. She really
Yeah,
she's
the
annoying.
splashing. The splashing was like, are you five? Like what's
Are you
happening?
five? She's like, I just want to have fun. And like they said, like this isn't a space. There's a time and a place to do that. This is not it
Yeah.
to like splash spa water on our. We're all trying to relax, but I also like get she's just trying to be lighthearted and funny, but it's also
Yeah.
like it's not a time to be funny. If we're all sitting here like being zen and you splash me with hot water, like it's
Yeah.
not. Was it as serious as they made it? No, but was it, like, annoying? Absolutely. Fucking
Yeah.
Lisa, "Why would you spray her hair? Your hair's synthetic, so it's not." You just had to throw a little shade in there.
That's the thing, like, even whispering, they still managed to get the shade out, and I just felt like they were fighting over nothing, and they just thought it would be funny to, like, fight as whispering, and so they just kept going. So I'm like, "What are they even fighting about? So splashing? Like, that's just ridiculous."
Right,
So,
they were fighting about splashing, and then it went into something about
the
Meredith, right?
mayor
Where
yeah.
she walked off.
Yeah, they keep bringing it back to Meredith, and then then at the end, like, when they go to this dinner, it's somehow about Meredith's addictions, and now they're going after Brittany again and calling her an alcoholic, which I understand how they're saying, like, you can't call Meredith like, Whitney called Meredith an alcoholic, and now they're calling Brittany one, and that's the same, but, I mean, Brittany really was, like, drinking and throwing up and drinking and throwing up. Why was she acting like, "Who told you?" Didn't we all see that? Remember? We all saw it at the dinner
Yeah,
table?
but I thought she was I thought that she was throwing up because she was seasick, not because she was throwing up because of alcohol.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
thought it
the
was from the alcohol.
see, that's and, like, I guess people interpreted it different because I did first of all, it's like Meredith telling Lisa, and then Lisa being like calling her drunk, and then being like, "I didn't call you
Yeah.
a drunk," and it's like, "No, actually, you did call me a drunk." And then
Yeah.
it, like, really, it all came from Bronwyn. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, and I mean, I respect Meredith for not wanting to throw anybody under the bus, and, like,
Mhm.
Bronwyn said, like, "That's not what I said, like, this is just the interpretation of, like, that Meredith is making." But again, it's like, yeah, you can't call if you don't want Meredith being called a drunk, then don't call Brittany a drunk. And then now I know that on social media, people are bringing up the fact that Heather apparently had some drunken episode and
Oh, yeah.
requested that nobody record her, requested that she be wheeled out and nobody see it, and you know, um,
Well, I told you about that Sprinter van time, right? I don't think
yeah.
I've sent you the clip. I don't know if you wanna see it, but, like, Heather got so drunk that she was, like, throwing up and peeing at the same time, and they put that on the TV, which is horrible. Like, I can't believe they would do that to somebody, but, yeah, Monica that got fired or left or whatever happened after season 4, she's the one who said, I guess Heather actually got alcohol poisoning or something, and so, yeah, they've all drank a lot. I don't know why this is a topic. I guess because they're blaming Meredith's plane meltdown on her drinking and pill mixing.
And not
But
remembering, yeah.
yeah, I don't think she doesn't remember though. She's just not admitting it. She knows what happened on that plane. She just doesn't want
Yeah,
to say.
she just and I think she just has a different interpretation of what happened, and it's like, I think, honestly, if you tell yourself something for a long enough time, then that becomes your reality, that becomes your how you recall the event, so,
Hmm.
um, again, I think it's like a tired storyline that they need to
Yeah,
just put to rest at this point, so
I agree. So did you think they got kicked out of the dinner because the restaurant was closing, right? Not because they were loud.
yeah, because the restaurant was closing.
Yeah.
Although, I know out here and I don't know, it's probably different in Greece, but out here, they can't kick you out just because the restaurant's closing. Like, they have to let you,
No.
like, finish your meal, and you can
Hmm.
sit there talking for 3 hours after the restaurant closes. All they could say is, like, "We're closed now," but if you choose to just sit there and still talk, they can't tell you to get out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's not fun for the
Yeah.
servers,
That's not
but
fun for the servers, right.
no. I do think they were just closing. I saw some people on social media, like, arguing about if it was because they were loud or if it was closing, but somebody, I think on Reddit, did, like, a deep dive into the restaurant and, like, what time it closes and what time the sun sets, and they, like, figured out that the restaurant had closed for, like, an hour or something, and so and it was, like, the quiet season is May, and so there was no other tables. They obviously just wanted to go home. So I think they were just closed, but
Yeah,
they
it
probably
wasn't I feel like they weren't even loud, like, they were
no.
just getting into whatever they were talking about, and then it was like it didn't finish the conversation
No.
because they were closing, like, because they got interrupted. What was that fight even about, that last one?
That was when wasn't it when they called like, Lisa was calling Brittany, like, Elkie or something?
Mhm, a lush, yeah.
Yeah, Elkie, I don't
But
know where that
I
came from.
remember Angie was the one talking, and
Oh, you know what? Remember Heather was like, "Brittany's more accomplished than all of us," and then Bronwyn
yes.
got, like, offended by that, which I don't understand because no offense to them, but I feel like Britney is more accomplished than them, right? Like, she's actually been in movies and she's been on Broadway, and that's if that's what they're talking about, this genre of them being famous, right? Like, Britney has done a lot, and I mean, Lisa being like, "I've sold 3 businesses," that's not really the same kind of thing,
I
but
feel like they all got offended. They were all
yes,
like,
they were
"What the
so mad.
fuck?" Like, like all of them were like, they started listing off their accolades of like, nah, like I'm that bitch too. I
Mhm.
don't know that Heather needed to say more
Yeah.
accomplished. She could have said just as accomplished as all of us, like, or you guys
Mhm.
treat Brittany as if she hasn't accomplished anything and she's, you know, made a
Very
great life for herself.
accomplished.
I think saying it like more than everyone
Mhm.
else is what offended them, because I think in their own right they all think that they've accomplished something, so it doesn't need to be a
Yeah.
comparison of like more or less, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, and it's such a broad thing, right? Because if they were speaking in, like, terms of acting or being on TV, like, sure, that's legitimate, but Meredith has a law degree, and I'm not sure what the other lady's education is, but there's different versions of being accomplished, right? So
Right, right. And I thought it was very interesting that Heather, like they said, was speaking for Brittany, when it's like you guys get so mad at Lisa for speaking for Heather, but Brittany's sitting back sipping her champagne, and Heather's going to war for her. And I'm like, when the fuck
yeah.
did Brittany and Heather become like the two best friends that anybody could have? Like,
It's weird. Ever since that plane, Heather suddenly has become, like, the martyr for Brittany, and I don't understand 'cause, Brittany can hold her own, and if she's not mad at Meredith, they all need to let it go 'cause
yeah, and I think that's what
dragging.
Mary was saying, right? Like, well,
Mhm.
if that's how she feels, she can say it herself. You
Yeah.
know, what did you think about that whole scene with Mary crying about her concern for Meredith?
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. I mean, I guess like we said in our interview with Mary, she did say, like, "Poor Meredith," and she was feeling very bad for her, so I guess it was genuine. I feel like they know something we don't know, and that's probably what's like, well, what Bronwyn said, right? She saw Seth with a woman in a restaurant, so I feel like they know more than they're saying because I don't think she had a reason to really cry about it, but I feel like Mary had like guilt in that moment because she knows that this final scene is gonna be against Meredith. She knows what's
Mm,
coming for her, right? So,
okay.
but I don't know. Him having dinner with a woman, is that weird? Do you think it was an affair? What do you think
I
he
don't
was up
know,
to?
because I guess Bronwyn said that he initially said it was an investor. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like trying to make it seem like he's at a business meeting.
Yeah. I feel like a meeting can be done in an office. You don't need to go out for dinner together, but it happens.
That's true. It does happen. Like I know some friends that do business meetings, like you know, they do dinners or whatever, and with a woman one on one. I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of seems like a date, bitch. Like,
Yeah, that's, like, very sneaky, so I don't know, I mean, like, we saw Seth and Meredith at BravoCon, they're fine, they're posting videos together, they're obviously fine, so whatever it is that's coming out didn't affect them yet, but they might just be putting on a strong front because that's all they have really to do at this
right.
moment, but it doesn't seem like Meredith believes any of these cheating rumors, so but they've been separated, they've been living apart in other states, so I don't know if that they even have a traditional marriage, you know? They might
Yeah.
be okay with that, so
Yeah.
they should just say it at this point so everyone leaves them alone, but
Right.
I'm excited for the finale, finally figure out what the hell this play is gonna be about. You have any other Salt Lake City thoughts?
No, it was a pretty good episode.
Should we move on to Potomac?
Yes.
Alright, so, the ladies of Potomac, is this one still your favorite so far? I'm like, yeah, I still love it, so
Salt Lake City and Potomac are definitely my top,
yeah.
tippity top.
I feel like it's because the ladies on both of those shows are, like, funny, you know what I mean? They always have some good one-liners, always into, like, some kinda hijinks, whereas, like, the Beverly Hills, like, we'll get into that, but there's not a lot going on there, it's rough,
Yeah,
like,
it's
they did speed dating this week on Beverly Hills, and there was a speed dating episode on Real Housewives of New York, quite a while ago with the OGs, which was hilarious, it was such a good episode, so I couldn't help but compare the ladies to this, and I'm like, I don't know. It's hard, like,
I
they
don't know.
used to be one of the top, but now there's so many other good shows that they're really falling behind, I feel like, but
Yeah.
we'll get into Beverly Hills. For Potomac for now, they started off at this what party are they at? They're at some kind of they're doing, like, little competitions, they're very competitive, they took it very
Yeah. Like, I think
seriously.
this was just, like, a little thing that Giselle and Wendy, like, decided to throw and put
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
It was like the potluck thing, right, with Stacy's potato salad, which Eddie I don't think you liked it, or
I
was
don't think he
he?
liked it. It looked I'm not a potato salad person. I don't eat potato salad, but it looked okay. You
Yeah, it
love
looked
potato salad?
good.
Yeah.
I love it, and no, I do not put raisins in. I don't remember if Stacey did or not. No,
No,
right?
she didn't. Mm-mm.
This is like one of those things where I feel like they just make fun of Stacey for no reason. Like, just tell her her potato salad's good. Like, they're so mean to her, like
Yeah,
with her
yeah, yeah. She
her
was really proud of it
she
too.
was, and they just couldn't give it to her. They're like not gonna let her have her flowers about her salad. So, what did you think of Ashley hooking up with this girl's son? Because like, as someone with a 10-year-old son, I'm like, I would really not be impressed if in 10 years that happened to me. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely feel like if that is your friend and like you're the young one in the friend group, like there's some no-nos there. You know,
yeah,
he's still 10 years younger than her. Like I just feel like there's a level of respect and
it's gross
it's just
to me.
it's
I'm
gross. It
not.
is gross, and I don't even have any kids, but I think it was, like, who was saying, like, nobody's safe when it comes to Ashley, like,
Yeah.
everybody's, like, an option, like, you just gotta,
Yeah, was
like
that Stacey, I think. Like, old men, young men, women, they're all on
Yeah.
Ashley's radar. She's down for anybody, so but Ashley has 2 little boys, and I don't know, like, wouldn't you just feel like think of your best friend, and if they had a son, like, wouldn't you feel like you're looking at your friend when you look at him? Like, how are you not thinking about your friend while you're kissing him? Like, that's just creepy,
Or
creepy.
it's like, how long have you guys been friends? Were you around when when he was a baby? Like, that makes it even weirder, like, I don't know, I'm just
Yeah, yeah, you're
you
right,
know
that's gr if she saw him as a child, that's very bad, like, that's
Yeah.
not good. We would if this was reversed and Ashley was a man, we would be like, "This is
Yeah,
not okay." So,
100%, 100% people would be in an uproar right now, but I
yeah,
think it's because Ashley's hot. Her
yeah,
son is like a handsome kid, you know what I
mhm,
mean? So it's like, and I get it, like Ashley's just trying to live her best life after her divorce, but there's just so many people to live your best life with. It
yeah,
doesn't have to be your friend's son. Like,
no, yeah, and even, like, siblings to me, like, say, like, I don't know, have you ever hooked up with, like, a friend's brother?
have I ever hooked up with a friend's brother? No, mm-mm.
No.
But
No.
I have had, like, my best friends like, my best friend, like, everyone in her family, like, has tried it, a cousin, an uncle, somebody, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"No, like, absolutely
no,
not," and my excuse always is, "You're like family," like, because
yeah,
really it's like a, "No, I'm not interested, absolutely not, I know everything about you and your life, what the fuck makes you even think I would go there?" But
yeah,
it's like, you're like family, like, oh my god, I've known you my whole life. Oh my god, Ashley, talking about a friend's brother, like, I can't even believe that you brought I'm about to go on a tangent, I'm about to go
okay,
on
go.
I'm about to go on a tangent, right? What my one of my best friends, like, we have been best friends since the 3rd grade. So, I
Uh-huh,
have known her brother since he was, like, 2 years older than us. Me and her do not talk anymore because of her freaking brother, right?
no,
So, mind you, I know him, I know his wife, like, he's like my brother, like, I literally
yeah,
consider him like my brother, like, sure, like, in high school or whatever, I had a little crush on him, or I was like, "Oh my god," and I
mhm,
remember at one point in high school, like, after high school, whatever, he had told me, like, he was in love with me, but I was just like,
mhm.
"Well, how? What the fuck?" Like, whatever, like, and again, he's
Yeah,
married, he has 4 kids, he has a beautiful life, he's whatever, and we had went to mind you, we had went this is a couple of years ago, me or maybe 2, 3 years ago, me, his wife, his kids, my friend, we all went to, like, Universal or, like, horror nights or whatever. I think that's when I seen
yeah,
Dom and Harry Jousey there, and
mhm,
we just had a great time. Mind you, I'm treating him how I would treat him on any other girl. We're going through the haunted houses, and I'm like, "Come on, let's go!" Like, like
yeah,
spooky, spooky, scary, scary. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, he's like my brother.
yeah,
Days after that, he and I know, like, just because he's like my brother, and his
Mhm.
sister is my best friend, and we talk, like, I know he has a drinking problem, and when he drinks, he likes to open up and he gets really vulnerable. And usually the only person he does this with is my friend, who is his sister. So
Mhm.
he had called me one day, and I knew that that's what he was doing, right? Like, he's like
Yeah.
getting vulnerable. He starts talking about our childhood and how much my mom meant to him, and you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking like, oh wow, like he's opening up to me. He does this with his sister. Long story short, he starts declaring his love for me, talking about he's going to leave his family. He starts sending me all
What?
these texts, like professing his love for me. And I'm like, I almost said his name. I was like, what are you like? No, like and I know he's just drunk. I know it's coming from a place of drunkenness. He's like, I'm going to come meet you right now. Like, I'll get in my car. I'm like, no, I don't want you driving like this.
Yeah.
Girl, next day, his wife reads all the messages that he's sending me. And again, I'm like, from my end, I'm like, it's very obvious that I'm like, what are you talking about? Da, da, da. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you saying these things? Like, you know? And she tells my friend, I've seen these messages, and because I'm
Mhm.
calling my friend, mind you, this because it had happened, and it's like going into the wee hours of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't want to stop responding to him because I didn't want him to try and get in his car and drive somewhere, and I know he's
Yeah, yeah.
hammered, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But when he started being like, I'll leave my wife out, and I was like, I have to stop like responding to him, and
Mhm.
then I'm trying to tell her what happened. At the same time, the wife is trying to tell her what happened, and I
Mhm.
think the wife even said to her, like, she wasn't like giving into it. Like it was him. Like it was him. Like
Yeah.
she was telling him, like, and so he, like, the next day, I tell him, your wife knows. She's seen the messages. So I don't like, because he was planning on like lying to her. Because when we were on the phone, she walked into the garage. Like she heard him talk. And she's like, who are you talking to? And he like wouldn't tell her. And I'm like, tell her you're talking to me. Like, what the hell? Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
fishy going on here. Like, tell her Sylvia, like he's talking to
Yeah.
me. Like, no,
Yeah.
there's nothing. Tell her you're drunk and you're rambling. Like, I don't think that she would care that you're talking to me. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And he made it like all weird, like nobody, like, and oh, my marriage is over, so I might as well be with you. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
no.
don't want to be with you. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
Long story short, like she stopped talking to me because of that. And I'm like,
Oh my
and
gosh.
again, it was so weird because I now knew, like, I can never go around him again. I can never go around his family again because he's just made it weird. And mind you,
Yeah.
after this day, he probably texts me multiple times, and I just did not answer because I'm like, this is just weird now. Like, he like texts me, oh, my marriage is falling apart. Okay, oh well, not my pick. Now when you have your drunken moments where you want to express, I can't be that person for you because you made it weird. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now you've made it like this love thing as opposed to like me being a family member that you can open up to. So
Can you just, like, block him, or you
oh,
wanna be friends still?
no, I don't want to be his friend. And the thing was like, what's so crazy is I'm gonna show you the text thread of like, not his full fucking name, be like, look at this, like, just messaging me,
Oh, wow.
messaging me, messaging me, messaging me,
Oh my
like,
god, I
and
would no.
I just don't answer. And that's what my sister said too, like, just block him. But I think with the
Yeah.
new iPhone update, so this happened in 2023. So yeah,
Mhm.
2023. Because the next day yeah, it was in September 2023. Because the next day he apologized. Like, he was like, "I apologize for, like, calling you drunk, like, thank you for
Mhm.
listening to me." He was like, "I saw that I was trying to hit on you, I guess." Like, you know what I mean? He was like, "That's so weird, like, why would I do that?" Like, you know what I mean? So it's like the next day, he was, like, in his right mind, and I was like, "Yeah, just so you know, your wife's seen it, you might wanna talk to her, I don't know how she's feeling about it." Like,
Yeah.
and so to me, and I talked to his wife, I told her, I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what that was, that shit was weird," you know?
Yeah.
saw, like, like, it's just like, yeah, I saw, like, your partner. She was like, I'll take it up with him, and I'm like, okay, girl, I just wanted to let you know what's going on. Like, I ain't trying to take your man. Like, she doesn't even know, like, the part about, like, him being like, I'll leave my family for you, because he said that on the phone. And that's when I was like, I have to
Oh,
go. Like, like, yeah, no, exit. Like, you know what I mean? And I couldn't, like, my friend stopped talking to me because of that. And I'm like,
is he still with his wife?
yeah, I believe so. They've been married for a long time. They have 4 kids.
Yeah,
He better
that's
be.
crazy.
So talking
Yeah,
about a friend's brother, hell no, don't ever.
that's what I was.
Sometimes they'll be in love with you and you don't even know. Like, he's like, I've been in love
Right.
with you since we were like, he's like, I've been in love with you for years. And I'm like,
What?
me? Like,
Yeah.
we haven't even seen each other talked in years. Like, so, and
Yeah.
it just sucks because when my friend would come out here, because she's in Germany now, but when she was here, like, she would stay with them and I would just come over, watch the kids, hang out with her, hang out with the wife. And it's like, he ruined all of that. Like, I can't even do
Yeah.
that anymore because it's just weird. I don't want to be around you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you've made it weird. So,
Maybe if you reached out to her now, maybe she was just mad or not understanding like what your part of it was, and maybe she's like more level-headed about it now.
no,
Could
it's
try.
over now. I'm like, girl, at this
Yeah.
point, I don't give a fuck now. Like,
No.
because at the end of the day, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, if you want to be
Yeah.
mad at somebody, be mad at your brother.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do anything. Like, you can see all the messages of like me being like, bro, like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
you're like my family. You
Well,
know,
and you told her too, right? Like you told your friend that he
I
was
told her
doing
everything.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told her everything. I read
What
all
else?
the messages to her. And it's like initially when he was like trying to flirt with me, that's like your brother trying to flirt with you. So of course there's confusion. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is like, even when I read it to her initially, she was laughing because she was like, you know what I mean? Like, she took it like the same way I would take it. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, it took a while until we were on the phone and he was like, I love you. I'm in love with you. I was like, oh, you're not like being funny. Like, you're not
No.
joking. Like, this is like, you're drunk and, need
Mhm.
to go actually get some help for your drinking problem. But I just, yeah, it ruined my friendship,
Yeah.
her brother. So, don't
Yeah,
date
that's what
your
I was
brother's
thinking.
don't date your brother's friends. Don't date your friends' sons. Don't date, like, it's
Nah.
just true. Even if you don't date them, they might harbor a secret love for you and ruin your friendship anyway. So that's today's. Thank you for coming to
Yeah.
my TED Talk.
You gain lots of personal stories today. I love it. Cause yeah, I just feel like the drama, the mess, right? Like if it's your friend's brother and something goes bad, then that's gonna affect the friendship. And then also it looks like your friend. That's the creepy part to me. So yeah, brothers, sons, cousins just seems like I just don't think Ashley has to go there. She has other options, but it creeps me out because you're right. I feel like this is an older friend of hers. Like she would have known him at a younger age, which is so. I don't look at my friends' kids right now and be like, no, no.
Yeah,
But
like,
it probably
also
happens a lot though, which is gross and creepy. But I bet it does happen a lot.
also like, at some point Ashley was like, we shared a little kiss. Would you be okay if it went past a kiss? She had said that, you know?
Nasty. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, then we see poor Stacy get rejected by her husband again. Like, I feel so bad for her because I think that's just his humor. I forget, is he German or what is he? He's something. But I think he's just being funny or awkward on camera. And I'm sure he does actually want to sleep with her. But remember on that trip when she sent like a selfie and he was like, wrong number. And then now it's like, what
I
kind of
thought that
workout are
was
we going to do?
funny. I thought that
Yeah.
was funny, like, the whole wrong number
Yeah.
thing. Like, I thought that was actually really funny. But yeah, like, what kind of workout are
Yeah.
we gonna do? A
Mm,
regular one.
yeah. Yeah, like, I think he's just awkward on camera, but it keeps making Stacy look desperate, which is kinda sad, so, uh, we saw Angel a little bit, but the less we see of her, the better. I don't really need to see her on the show. She's kind of, an unnecessary part of it, I feel like. I mean, her husband seems nice, but she just I can't like come back from what we've seen of her so far. Do you
Yeah.
think I mean, the next episode is her trip, so maybe we'll see more of her there, but I'm good without it. So,
Yeah, we
what
didn't
did
see
you
much of
think
her.
of No, we didn't. What did you think of Wendy's chat with her dad?
Oh god. Okay. So I have so many thoughts about that scene just in general, right? Like
Mhm,
Angel, whatever, she was being a fucking Krabby Patty because you just can't take shit. This is not the group for you. This is not You're not
mhm,
cut out for this because you can't, like, you hold everything on your shoulders and you just fucking
yeah,
whine about it. Like,
mhm,
so
mhm,
her chat with her dad, I mean, it was whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it didn't, like, seem like a estranged relationship or, like, the conversation you would have with a daughter that you haven't seen in 20 years, but I
mhm.
fully like, Wendy's mom was tripping, like, with her attitude and her tone, but I fully understand her frustration.
Yeah. I know. Well, yeah, when we saw Wendy talk to her dad, like Wendy obviously doesn't seem to harbor any like anger to her dad. She seems like in a very forgiving place. She wants to move forward despite the fact that he's been absent. And they even went all the way to, was it Nigeria or something, to visit him and he didn't show up. And so, I totally agree. Like when the scene like later when we see Wendy's mom and her aunt, I think it was,
Oh,
and
I
I
thought
was like,
that was
damn.
her sister.
Oh, was it her
I
sister?
don't know. I don't know.
Wendy's sister?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is her aunt.
Oh, might be I thought she said aunt, but
No,
maybe I
maybe
thought she said my mom's sister, but she said my sister. She's
maybe
somebody's sister.
somebody's sister. You guys let us know in the comments. Is
Now
that
that you say that
aunt?
though, I'm like, she looks good for, like, being her mom's sister, so she probably is Wendy's sister. That makes more
Yeah.
sense, but, yeah, at first I thought her mom was being too hard, but then I'm like, I understand, right? Her mom has only seen this guy like, once her mom said, like, I had to work however many jobs and, like, had no help, I totally get it. I can't imagine how hard of a position that would be in to, like, do everything for your children. This guy didn't help, was a loser, didn't do nothing, and then you see your adult child be forgiving of him and want to have a relationship, and that would be hurtful. And so it's so hard because I feel like her mom has to let that go. Like, if Wendy's okay to forgive him for that and wants to try to have a relationship, she kinda has to let her learn that on her own, you know? Like, she
Yeah.
can't tell her, "He's gonna disappoint you, so don't even bother trying." Because if Wendy feels like she needs to make it work with him, then I don't think her mom can tell her that that's wrong, but then I see why her mom doesn't want her to get hurt, so what did you think about it all?
I I don't know, because at first I was like, oh my god, like, she's getting really hyped, like, and I got it right at first. Just don't
Mhm.
talk to me this way with the kids around, let them go upstairs. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want them hearing this ruckus. But that, whatever, her hand motion, like, really upset her mom. I think just the mention of the dad upset her mom. So maybe it's best for Wendy
Mhm.
to just not talk about him in front of
Yeah.
her mom, because it really upsets her, because it's like
Mhm.
I get it, right? Like, he abandoned us. Like, I had to raise you guys on my own. I did everything on my own. You went all the way to Nigeria. This man wouldn't even come see you. What do you want from him? What do you want
Yeah.
out of him? What are you yearning for? What type of relationship do you need? Like, F him. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
because I feel the same way with my sperm donor, right? Like, my
Mhm.
older sister just yearns for a relationship with him and reaches out to him and, tries to hold on to any morsel of him. And I'm like, why? Like, what did he ever do for you in your life the whole time? And she'll shit
Yeah.
on my mom. And I'm like, he's never done a single thing for you. Like, why do you care? But it's
Yeah.
like, again, there's a daddy issue, or there's a void that she's trying to fill. But I did think how her mom was talking to her was crazy, and
Yeah.
her husband was trying to, like, be her protector, and, like, she was like, what are you coming over here to defend your wife? Like, you know what I mean? Because now it's gonna get crazy if he disrespects her mom, and you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think they both handled it respectfully. She whispered to her husband, "I want them to get the fuck out of my house," and they just happened to hear it, but at least she
Yeah.
didn't tell them, like, "Get the fuck out of my house," you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's hard. I don't know what Wendy should do because obviously that hurts her mom to hear that, so it's like she shouldn't talk about it with her, right? But then she probably doesn't wanna do it behind her back or be
Right.
shady about it, but I don't think there's any chance her mom's ever gonna be like, "Yeah, I want you to have a relationship with him, work on it, like, good for you." So, she's not gonna get what like, I don't know why she told her, right? What is she looking for? She knows
But
that's gonna hurt her,
but
so
also, like, it's like if her mom had found out, like, she would also feel
yeah,
betrayed, you know? So,
that's true,
really
and it
no
will be on
winning.
the show. Yeah. And it was hard seeing, like, Wendy and Eddie talk about all their renovations and, like, "Let's get a pool in next because we don't know what's going on with their finances." It doesn't look good, but obviously innocent till proven guilty. We'll find out when all this stuff comes out in
Doesn't look
court,
good
but
at all. It doesn't look good at all. But it's
no.
like it's so I don't know why I'm not like upset at Wendy. Like Wendy is so likable
No.
to me. Like to me, she's
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorites. Like she's so personable. She's got the banter. Like so I'm
Yeah.
like. You was committing fraud, girl. Why would you do
Yeah.
such a thing? Slap on the wrist, move on.
Well,
Don't
it's
do it
sad.
again.
We see this happen a lot on these shows, and it's just like a need to keep up appearances, right? And like they feel like they have to be these very rich people to be on these shows, and they go into debt and like get all these problems and start doing illegal things because they have to
Keep up
look a
the
certain way, which is
persona,
sad. I
huh?
feel like they spend more than they make on these shows. But
Yeah.
then there's all the social media aspect where they make money there, so maybe it evens out. But yeah, we see this happen a lot on these shows. They have to like keep up an appearance, and obviously she pays for her mom's life too, and I think she just has a lot of pressure on her. So I see why this happened, but maybe it didn't happen. We'll find out when court happens, but it's not
I don't
looking good.
know. It's
So
not looking good. Oh, when I read in the report, I was like, wait, what? Okay. But, innocent until
yeah.
proven guilty.
we'll we'll see what really went on there. But
Yeah.
what did you think of Greg giving Kiarna the picture frame? What
Bitch.
happened to the ring, Greg? Where'd the ring go?
Not a bracelet, not a necklace, not an earring. A
Like,
picture frame. Like, stop fucking playing with me, bro. Like, not from the jeweler. But he was looking at rings and she was like, oh, the place. Oh, the place.
that was brutal. Like, yeah, some other kind of jewelry would have been sufficient, I think. A picture frame.
It's
I guess he
wild.
thought like we're moving in together, picture frame, but
We're going to put our
consolation
first
prize.
picture in here. What did he say?
Yeah, our first picture. So he bought her a condo, right? But then he has a house. So where are they gonna live?
In his
Apart.
house.
So what the hell is the point of the condo? Someone
I,
else gonna live there?
yeah, probably going to rent
Like
it
rent it
out,
out?
right? Yeah. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I think they solidified that, right? Like, this is still going to be my condo, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is like, obviously, Greg, like, you know, he's not marrying her, but he is like, he's spending, like, you bought her a condo, like, you care
Yeah.
about her in some aspect, like, you know what I mean? A man that spends, like, you know what I mean? A man is not, that's a very big
Yeah.
gesture, So it's like, I mean, what whether he has commitment issues or whatever, I'll take a condo over a ring. I think we both said that, but it's also
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not gonna. But I will also live in my condo, and I'm not going to give you these wifely duties without being your wife. Um,
Yeah.
so I do think that by Kiarna not really like setting that boundary, I think she may have gotten that ring a lot sooner if she
Mm-hmm.
would have stayed in her condo and say, "I'm moving in
Yeah.
once we get married." Like, and it's like, I don't understand. Like, what's the fucking problem? Like, you'll buy the girl a condo, but you won't buy her a ring. Like, what is wrong with men?
Well, that's the thing. I think if Kiarna is gonna be with Greg, she needs to accept she probably isn't getting that ring ever. Like when he brought up something about the house, or they're getting a new house, and she said 5 to 6 years. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna hold me to that." Like she might get the ring one day, but if he wanted to right now, he would. Right? I don't know.
And he
He's
said,
obviously
if
not
we get
sure.
married, if we get
Yes.
married. He did not say
Hmm.
when we get married. Like, and words matter.
Yeah, I definitely think he's not set on it for sure. And that's not to say he won't come around and that won't happen one day. But in this moment, he's not sure. He's made that clear. So she can't be like, she's thinking, you said this time frame, so it's happening in this time frame. He's still trying to make up his mind, which is not a great place to be in because you know, she stood her ground, she broke up with him, he missed her, right? That's the time when you're gonna get the ring. Now, as they keep going along and together without the ring, he's not gonna suddenly want to more. He's gonna
Yeah,
want to
like you
less.
had that window of opportunity where he was desperate. He bought you a fucking condo. Not
Yeah,
good enough. I want my ring. I'm not coming back until you give me my ring. I'm not coming.
yeah,
But then you also don't want to force me to marry you either. Like, if you don't want to do it, you
no,
don't want to do it. If I'm not your person, I'm not your person. Then get the fuck on and leave me and my
yeah.
condo alone.
That's the thing, right? If he doesn't know now, why are you giving him time? Like, he's old enough, like, they've been together long enough, he missed her, like, what else does he need, right? So, I think, yeah,
Has
she
he
should
been
have stood
married
her ground.
before? Do we know?
I think so. I
Okay.
think so. So, yeah, I think he's obviously torn. I don't think he definitely doesn't want to get married to her, but he doesn't want to lose her. So he's in that torn spot of like, if I can somehow finagle to be with her and not marry her, and that's what he's done with this condo, right? So, but I think it's smart for her financially. She got the condo instead of a ring from a guy who doesn't really want to marry you. So she made the right choice. But if she only cares about getting married, she's wasting her time, I think. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the only other thing that happened in the episode was Tia's sister, half sister. We saw. I like Tia. I think she's
I
a
like
good
Tia. I really
addition.
like her.
Yeah.
I do too. She's funny.
What do you
Um,
think of her kids though? They a little bratty, or are they just
they
little kids?
are. They're very bratty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not very nice.
they need their asses whooped. Okay, like I know. In 2026, we don't believe in spankings. We believe in gentle parenting, whatever. I grew up
hmm
getting a little spanking here and there, a lot. I got whoopings
A
a
lot.
lot. It would be
Yeah.
considered abuse in today's society. But I think they need something
They
because they
need
just
something.
don't
Yeah.
take their parents serious at all,
Mm-mm.
know?
No. I know her husband seems very nice, very chill, and
Passive,
she's
yeah.
very sweet. Yeah, there's no one there that's like the authority figure, right? And so the
Yeah.
kids have kind of become the authority figure. And I mean, my kids are wild. I'm not one to talk really. I could probably be a lot tougher. So I like seeing this because it's sort of like a wake up call of like, okay, I need chores. I need to get their shit together. And I mean, I don't feel like mine are as disrespectful as hers come across, but you never know until you're looking at someone else's kids, right?
But
You always
what's
think
the
yours aren't as bad.
consequence? What's the consequence, right? If I give you these chores and you don't do
Yeah,
them, then
yeah.
what happens, right?
Mhm.
Like, what do you do if your boys don't listen to you? What's the consequence?
See, and this is a hard thing because I don't have that much to like take away from them because one's 6 and one's 10. They don't got phones yet. They don't have stuff that they really care about yet. So I feel like as they get older, it'll be easier to punish them once they have a phone or something that they really love because then I could just
Take
remove
away
that.
the
Yeah. But right now, I'm
TV.
like, okay, yeah, you can't like use the iPad. They're like, okay, we'll do something else. Like they don't care that much about stuff yet.
Yeah.
So you can
And
definitely
then
punish them, but
sometimes you punish yourself because it's like I take away the iPad and then
uh-huh.
you're fucking bothering me in my face all day. Like, go, get to
Exactly.
the iPad.
Yeah, you have to be careful with your punishments because but my husband grew up in like a crazy strict house. Like he was grounded 99% of the time. Like one of his brothers missed decorating the Christmas tree for like 5 years in a row because he like acted up that day and didn't get to decorate the tree. And like I could never do that, no
Oh
matter
my
how bad
God.
they were.
That's a punishment? Not decorating the
Yeah.
tree? That's crazy.
Oh, my mother-in-law ran a tight ship, and all 4 kids turned out like one's a doctor, one's a lawyer, one's an engineer. They're great people, and so I'm like, I know I have to be a complete bitch to my kids for them to turn out good, but I can't do it. So
Do they all like
it's
their
so hard.
mother as adults? Do they love and respect and like their mother? Or are they kind of like, I never want to see her again in my life?
I don't know if she listens to this, so I better not get involved.
That's true.
I love her.
That's
She's my
true. You're like,
favorite,
she's
but
my favorite person in the whole entire world.
yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, I
Okay,
better
I
not.
just want to
I
answer
better not spill their
that.
family tea. But I'm like, no. I mean, they definitely feel like she was too strict, I think, and
Okay,
and
but did I
she sees
wonder
that now.
if that discipline shaped that
It
that
did
gave
for
them
sure.
discipline in other
I
areas. It gave them
100%
discipline
did.
in their schooling, in their career, in their drive, in their so it's like
It did.
it weighs its pros and cons. But is it worth it is it worth the expense of your relationship with them? That's no.
I know, right? It's
There's
yeah, because they all have like, 2 of them met their partners around the same time that me and my husband met, and all still together. So, like, we've
oh.
been married 12 years, one's 11 years, one's 10 years, like, all just, like and really, like, hands-on dads, really helpful husbands. Like, she did a great
She did
job
her
at
big
raising
one.
yeah. She did. She really did. So it's so hard for me to be like, that wasn't the right way to do it, right? Because they've turned out very rare for men, like, not very rare, but it's harder to
Very
find.
rare.
Yeah. So I'm like, but can I even get them to stay in the room? No, I miss them. And I'm like, you're not grounded anymore. Come on out here.
Come
So like
on,
I
give me a hug.
yeah, and I know it's like and then I grew up in a family where my brother was totally coddled, right? Like the king of the family. We love him, which nothing wrong with that, but like that's more where I'm leaning towards, right? Like especially my little one, he's like my mama's boy and I'm like I know in my head this is not smart for their well-being, for their growth as a person, but
Yeah.
and it's selfish of me, right? I'm like I want to see them as my little
But
babies, but that's
I
not good
do
for them.
think that you seeing the impact of like your brother and stuff that you will when they get of age or when they get to that age, I think that you will, be a little stricter on them. It's
That's what
6.
I
It's
keep
like I
telling
wanna
myself.
yes, come cuddle, come snuggle, come let's just hug all day. Yeah, because there's gonna get a point where he don't wanna fucking snuggle
It's
so
true. I know. That's what I tell myself too. I'm like, once they get to a certain age, then I'll be tough. Then I'll lay down the law. Not yet.
not
5
yet.
more
It's
years,
not time
10
yet.
more years.
It's
When they're
okay.
30 and they're still living in my basement, then I'm gonna be tough. So, yeah, it's so hard because yeah, you see Tia's kids, and I'm like, she's, she babies them. She's not strict with them. You can tell, right? And they're not the best attitude. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. But then I'm like, I'm not a person that likes to live in conflict every day. And I don't want to be grounding people and yelling at people and getting them in trouble. But then they'll turn out to be good people. So what do you do, right? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
so
they
hard.
need some discipline because you can't
Mhm.
go that's not how the real world is, right? Like there are
Yeah.
consequences for your action. When you are in school and you're given a task and you don't do it, there's a consequence for that action. So I think
Yeah.
that's the important lesson to instill in kids is like if you have a responsibility and you do not do it, there's a consequence for the action. There's a consequence for your negative behavior, and,
Yeah.
and that my mom had done the same with my brother. It didn't matter how many times he got in trouble, no matter what he did, he was fucking up royally. There was never a consequence. And it's like,
Yeah.
so he thinks that's the way of the world. You could just go and act an ass and nobody's going to do anything. No, you'll
Yeah.
go to jail. No, you'll get
Yeah.
beat up. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I've heard that that's like the worst thing in parenting you can do is like put a consequence out, but then not follow through, right? Because then they kind of learn that like consequences aren't real. So
yeah.
that's the one thing. So I'm like, I just won't give any consequences and I don't have to follow through with nothing. So you're right. He's only 6. I got time, but yeah,
Mhm.
I might have to start getting a little
It's like,
stricter.
yeah, what
So
what could they possibly be doing at 6? Like, you know what I mean?
no,
Like, it's not like he's just setting the house on fire. Like, it's like, oh, you did
no,
pick up your toy.
no. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, we haven't seen any concerning behavior. It's just normal kid stuff. But we did like when we went home for Christmas. My brother and sister-in-law have 2 girls, so bringing 2 boys to a house with 2 sweet little girls, that'll show you what your kids are really like because they definitely, beside 2 girls, they look like insane. So it was
Girls
a
are
crazy
different.
time, but they
Girls are
are, and they're
different.
younger too. Their
Yeah.
kids are 6 and 1.5. So
Yeah.
they're not even at the crazy time yet. Until our kids were, like, not in those car seats that, like, buckle you in, they were fine. Life was good. As soon as they could start hitting each other in the car, shit got crazy.
Shit
So they're in the sweet spot. It's funny when your kids are that little, you're like, "This is so hard. I can't wait till they're older," but no, nobody tells you that's the easy times. It just gets crazier. So
Okay.
enjoy that little sweet time
Yeah,
'cause the
I'm like
kids
my
because
niece
you're
is
there
a
with your
year and a
nieces.
half. I have one that's a year and a half and one that will be 4 in 2 weeks. And they're both the 4-year-old's a little, like she can get a little crazy,
Yeah.
just really bratty, whiny. The 1.5-year-old, oh my God, she's sweet as pie. She just be like,
Yeah, it's the best. From 1 to 2 was my favorite age, just the
Ugh,
sweetest. They got
yeah.
no attitude, no problems, they're just like every day is an adventure, something new. It's the best time.
And they
So
just hug you and just want to
yeah.
cuddle with you, just be all over you all the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then well, you'll see because well, wait, is that a secret that your
What?
sister's having a baby? That your
No,
sister's
she's
having?
told everybody now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she's having another baby, so then once they're older, then let me know how 2 girls goes because
I
uh
think girls get tricky when they're like teenagers, right? Like when they
true,
start
yeah.
getting like 12, 13, they getting sassy with their little attitudes. That's when you want to like, you know?
Yes. Then we'll bring home our kids that are hopefully sweet, polite boys, and then we'll be the well-behaved ones, but I don't know about that because boys can get in trouble too in their
Teenage
teens.
boys can be crazy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's levels. There's levels.
It's
So,
true. Well, any other Potomac thoughts?
nope.
Well, that's enough of Bravo for today. We've talked your ears off as we love to do, but we do have a recap of Beverly Hills and Vanderpump. We'll do that later this week. We have a big week, okay? It starts off slow, but then we got Trader season 4 premieres on Thursday. Love is Blind Germany season 2 premieres on Thursday. The Valley Persian style premieres on Thursday. Let us know if you guys want us to cover that one. I think we will at first, at least, and see if anyone's watching. I didn't watch the original show, so it's going to be all new to both of us. So that will be
Mhm.
kind of cool. What else that's it for this week, right?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think
So,
so. Yeah.
all right. Well, we will see you guys soon. Thanks for listening.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.